Hello, my name is Calibos, the only boss with one S. Mubarak Karim to all our Muslim brothers and sisters around the world. And also a happy new month to all of you from Tap Tap Send in the whole Riase. As you already know, Tap Tap Send remains to be your #1, numero uno money transfer app you can ever find in the whole world. All you have to do is to go onto Google Play Store or App Store and download Tap Tap Send. The name is what? Tap Tap Send. Now, the testimonies from people is overwhelming. Everybody is giving the good testimony about Tap Tap Send because I've used it before and I understand how reliable, secure, and fast the app is. You, if you like, put it to a test and you will see. So, what are you waiting for? Download Tap Tap Send now. Keep on sending the money to the loved ones and your family and let them appreciate you more. Remember the name. It's Tap Tap Send. Hey.
Tap Tap Send. Send more, spend less.
Go Ghana for Kokoko Oba Teni Kakra. Masaba mo na so biemo ye business na na egu so bohun digital business ye wo community mu a chese edom gum asedanka nyame na me kasa Ghana fo ye ndorso ni ade enne kofo atia so mu business ni mu me see ye business ye digital business ababi abeko bi abetumi arane agese me see woni internet no me say wo paycheck no wo de na so me na enso me ntina wo se me nya bibi ka ho na me ho henha me asedanka nyame 2 years ni enya anke animu o eti ne ye bode from no me see business way afia so those of us in the diaspora need to be file tax no ye bro you 1099 na the file tax afia ye the file ye bra bi me ye the file ye di o just a professional bia wo business mu teachers taxi drivers just a me who send your menka doctors lawyers bankers obia the ohia na o gadgets just say we dey be run business ye lay system na ma enti me say registration refundable. It's brabeshe. Say bibi a obetumi aye. Pe bibi kan wo na wo gina wo na ba akopɛ so a ebegene. E wo so otumi gina wo na me no so do won sesi obo. Na wanka sa otumi manage wade business na be ye wa wo dia. Ma extra source of income. Me mo mu de aboa me ne mabusua. Enti no bra. Me say kakra nie. Momra. Me number na etwa gu no. Ne yenkasa. God bless us all. Amen.
Check now, check it, check it, check it, check it. The beat is real, don't will make it kill ya. Get your green select glucometer and check it. Sugar level, check it, 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 check it. Green select glucometer, check it, check it, check it, check it. Sugar level for check it, check it, check it, check it. Check it, check it, check it, check it. Select glucometer. Everybody check now.
This advert has been vetted and approved by the FDA.
When we sit like this, there is only one thing that we seek to do. That is to make sure all the gentlemen give you that information that will give you entertainment, information, as well as education. And today, if you are here, maybe for the very first time, you are not at the wrong place, you are at the right place. This is Showbiz Daily. Showbiz Daily is live on Sammy Flex TV. We do this every weekday, Mondays through to Fridays, where we sit within some hours, talk about all the relevant and the wonderful stuff that are happening in our showbiz space. And once again, we are seated. My name is Sammy Flex. Welcome. On your screens, you can see the nation's blogger, aka Kobe Josman, who is in your shot, and Kobe Josman is seated for us to do our business. Roland Amate is also a blogger, same way, talent manager, event person, and he manages the website Showbiz Channel GH. Go there, read some more stories, and get informed. Then again, in Team Dodo Solomon, you can also call him Chemo. Chemo is our online manager here at Flex Entertainment Limited. And to you, thanks for being a part of us. Meanwhile, we are still telling you that our Sunday evening show with Sammy Flex and the subscribers is catching fire. I saw a video trending on TikTok, and some people have some perception. Maybe today I would use that to change that agenda. Maybe Rich, if you can be smart, it is not part of the agenda though. I shared a TikTok link on our page. I think, was it last night? I think so. I think it was last night, where someone had cut or edited a portion of the session with the subscribers, and they are pushing a certain agenda. The agenda is that this is where fans of Shatawale meet to insult people. Chemo, I can imagine. Hey! When we have said that it is an open platform, anybody at all can call in and be part of the conversation. The only people who are barred from being part of the conversation are the pundits, because they are from here Monday to Saturday or so. So Sunday, just 2 hours, we give it to the viewers, aka our friends, aka our subscribers. You wouldn't call, but you think you can go ahead to say what you want to say. So I put out a post on Instagram. Then someone comes to comment. You Sammy Flex, that thing you've been doing to Stoneboy is no good. I said, what is happening again? What have I done to Stoneboy again? I thought that was over. Is there you gave some boy an interview and the boy was talking something about. So I said, go and bring the video, because I was not even sure what kind of video he was talking about. He brought it, and it was one of the guys who called from London, Joe. I think he has even been constant ever since he started, almost every week. He calls. Some people have cut that particular portion, run to market with it, and say, so now this is where Shatawale fans meet to insult people. Chemo, I think we're ready then.
What can we do? I mean, when it comes to agenda, people will do their own thing. But because we know that we are not doing what they are saying, and we have evidence to back it, you can come on our platform and see what we are doing there, and then judge it for yourself, instead of just going with that short video. But we know that some people will do it anyway. Just that discerning people should just do more than just watching that small clip and taking decisions. I mean, come on our platform, subscribe to our channel, and see what we do. If you get an evidence to support what the person is trying
that
to
agenda
push. And it's bad. Just that unfortunately there are some people who will fall for it before they will realize that's not the case. It will be too late,
and that's the danger.
Disinformation.
That is the danger.
Okay,
so let's watch briefly what happened there, and I also pick Roland's opinion on how this works. And again, I think last Sunday, Kobe Josman was watching. I read some of his comments. There's an open platform. Call, you won't call. People call, now you have the chance to go and watch and cut videos to come and do agenda. See what happened. And
see Stoneboy, the guy, he's a pretending. Stoneboy, the guy, he's a pretending guy. The guy pretends. And one thing he has not kind of set himself to be aware of is when the media is not there to cover him, he exposes himself. When the media is not there to cover him, he exposes himself. And that, because in all honesty, which of those people that he showcased on that day featured on his album? If you are helping the youth, the album that you are selling to let the whole world know this is Stoneboy, why don't you feature the underground artist on it, so that people get to know the underground artist? What are you doing? What have you done for this underground artist? Put them on your album, on your Fifth Dimension that you said is going to win Grammy. Put it there so that when you win Grammy, an underground artist will be part of the winning team. I mean, people shouldn't be so, trying to be God, the guy, me, I've known the guy. Me, the very day I got to know the guy when he stood on stage and said, "Shatawale when Cameroon is said, Garnam since Mohun, this is the guy on Nam saying, Nema me no when you accident or you humble." So that is the day I got to know the guy. Anyway, Nyame
Okay, so once again, this is what we do on Sunday evenings. It is not for any specific group of people. It is for everybody who has enough data, everybody who is having connected to a strong internet, who has an opinion on what we want to say. It is not even restricted to any geographical location. The other day, someone called and he corrected us that there is Washington, D.C. and there is Washington State. As a matter of fact, I didn't even know that. So more people are coming on. Don't sit somewhere and think it is for a certain group of people because they have what they want to say. You to come on and say what you want to say. It is the Sunday evening show with Sammy Flex and his friends. Roland, he said it was the Sammy Flex Connect.
Sammy Flex Connect. Yeah.
How do we disabuse people's minds from these kind of thoughts?
In reality, or to be realistic, there's nothing that you can do. The only thing that you can do is to continue with what you're doing. That's the positive side of what you're doing. Because the truth of the matter is, even the Bible says the poor will continue to live with us. Same way, the fools will continue to live with us indirectly. So, whichever society that you have, your brain will tell you, even if you pick 10 wise men, you will still find a fool among that 10 wise men. So, definitely, you get people who still wouldn't understand you no matter the number of praises you shower on them. See, let the guy who made the statement come back tomorrow, see something good about Stonebwoy, come praising him. Some people will still say he's being diabolic. Some people will still see him in the lens of whichever goggles they are wearing to see him. But the only thing that can always be your defense is when you continue to do what you're doing. That is the positive side. If what they are saying is not what you're doing, I believe there is no need or no reason for you to be scared or for you to be worried. Because anytime you are called out to respond to such issues or such allegations, in fact, because you continue to do the positive things that you're doing, you always have very good and concrete evidence to support whatever claims or whatever allegations that are being leveled against you. Whenever your name is called, assuming today we are discussing and we have enough positives, like whenever there is something positive about Stonebwoy or any other artist, we discuss it and we do it with open heart and open mind.
Yeah.
Anytime you say something that probably somebody would think it is negative and would want to call you out on any day, any time, and label you as a hater, you have enough evidence on your platform to neutralize that claim or to respond to such claims, because whatever it is, you have enough data to make sure that, okay, whatever you are saying is not true. Whatever you are saying is not real, or it's just a mere allegation, and in fact, that is not even your agenda. So yes, I believe it is just like you said. If there was a hidden agenda to this particular thing, I'm not sure you would have opened it up to the general public or for anybody to call. And besides, some people have labeled this platform as an SM platform. Yet we have people who would come and comment, oh, me, I am a Beam native. I am a SAC native, but this one day. I am a Beam native, but this one day. I believe if this platform was
Stonebwoy, the guy,
specific agenda and not a general agenda, I'm not sure people would come with such how do you call it, labels and come and say that, oh, people will come with such labels and come and say, oh, even though I am SM, even though I'm SAC native, or even though I am Beam, I believe you guys are saying this or saying that. So it is not what they think, but
media is not there to cover
of their agenda. Whoever wants to push will definitely fly. And with a number of years and experience in this game, some of these things don't move us. They don't surprise us.
Okay. Kobe, you were watching. So what do you also have to say with this agenda?
I think before people will make conclusions, they should go watch the video fully.
They won't watch. That's the problem.
And that is the problem.
Yeah.
You see, many people are quick to judge, but they don't have the evidence to even battle whatever issues that they want to. And brass, I mean, I'm not convinced. And I don't think we own anybody explanations. Regardless with what you will say, people will still have whatever in their head.
Yeah.
So those who know and have been following this platform truly know what you does. I don't know you stand for positivity. The other channels that you see them, I mean, pushing different agenda, I mean, trying to go in favor with some particular artists. But with this platform, anything entertainment is being discussed.
Exactly.
Being it positive, being it negative, and even how you even criticize. You sometimes don't go hard on them as other pundits used to do. You were very careful with the kind of words, your choice of grammar, and some things that you have to consider before even what you hammer on them.
One day I disagree.
Oh no, it's true.
Oh, but we don't.
It's true. That's some.
I mean, you. It is not we. I mean, the one he said.
Oh no, I'm being real here.
I mean, I don't go hard on them.
Maybe.
I don't go hard on them.
It's not true.
I go hard on them.
Oh yes.
Hey. Okay.
Bro, let's.
Well, he has been interviewing me, so
yes.
maybe he knows. Maybe I don't even know I'll go hard on them. Come, we wrap up. Let's go.
So, if you want to see what I'm trying to say, let's try to compare some sessions with Sammy Flex and other pundits how they do this. I've been watching and monitoring some of these things, and you can see sometimes some go too harsh to the extent that they turn the whole thing into emotional thing, and that is what I'm talking about. So I think it's not.
That's what we don't do.
Yeah, it's not a fair game that we are playing. It is all for the industry and for the love. So long as that agenda is to project Ghana, let us all support it and try to create a whole agenda trying to make some.
So that when you win Grammy.
Needful. So it is not a positive thing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. Let me also give credit to the production team, Digital Rasta Currency, who is handling our camera for us, and Richie Flex, editor director of the show. And to you out there, thanks for being a part of us. Tap Send is still calling you to send money from abroad with no sweat. Get an app on your phone, Tap Send app, and with this you key in your details, your bank details, and you are able to send money without stress to Ghana and to other African countries as well. Do it today and no peace, and later you say Sammy Flex gave me the best information. The good thing is that anytime you are a first time user and you put in the promo code Sammy Flex, you get some more money into your account, $10, £5, €5 more into your wallet, so you can still send it to your family and friends to do something. A lady is advertising an online trading business that you can also make some money from. I want you to get that information from her, from our advertisement. Her number is online. Just get it. Let her explain to you, understand it, and if you think you can also make some extra money from it, why not? You look sharp with it and you make some more money. Who extra? Everybody wants extra. So look sharp and get an extra. So I saw a video. I think it was Currency who shared it in one of our WhatsApp pages, where after Otumfuo had returned from the coronation of King Charles III, Kumasi was up in arms. Everybody was happy, waiting for the king, Otumfuo, or say Tutu, or Tekoko Swanana. Now, as it stands now, I'm asking that we have rich culture in Ghana, like the Ashanti culture, for instance. So rich. Now, when Otumfuo went to London, we saw at least they came different. Though he came from Ghana, but they had their own Kumasi, or better still, Kumasiano or Kumerican flag. And that was so beautiful. They are telling us that when it comes to their culture in Ghana, they really respect their culture so well. Now I'm asking, in terms of promotion, have we promoted the culture of Ghana so well that just as we go out and we look distinct, we look different, have we promoted it so well that people would also pay thousands of dollars to come and see our culture? As a matter of fact, when people come to Ghana for tourism activities, hardly do we hear Kumasi. I don't know if you guys hear some too. When people come for anything cultural in Ghana, hardly do we hear Kumasi, and that is the fact. In fact, the best you can hear will be people going to Cape Coast Castle. That is the best you can hear. Elmina Castle. Oh, I don't crown Pomintan. Well, it be a motherfucker.
And the museum and the Kwame Nkrumah.
Meanwhile, in Ghana, if there is one culture that has been distinct, that has been seen to be rich and all, I think the Ashanti culture passes. But it looks like promotion of that culture has not been up. And today, we want to suggest ideas on how to make it work and whether really and truly that Ashanti rich culture has not been promoted well. I remember some time ago, Okraku Mante, the Deputy Minister of Tourism, Arts and Culture, was even saying that there should be what we call funeral culture in Kumasi, or better still in Ashanti region. Or no, funeral tourism, that's the word. We should start something like funeral tourism in Ashanti region, where people can fly from left, right, and center of the world to come and say, oh, how some sections of Ghanaians do their funerals. Because now, funeral in the Ashanti region is like a grand party. It's like a coronation in itself. But how well are we promoting these? Let's suggest some ideas. Let's find out some problems. Let's look for solutions before we move on to the next business. But let's show you a video of how Ashanti region or Kumasi welcome the king. Otumfuo Watch this. I'll be right back. Well, so my question is still on how well have we promoted the rich Ashanti culture? Everybody knows this. Have we promoted it well? Offline, we were saying some things, and I'll let Chemo start. Of course, he's from Kumasi, so he would get some extra information for us. Chemo, you think it has been promoted well?
Yeah, of course, but we can still do better, and there could be different or innovative way to even push it more. But as to whether people know it or not, I have no doubt that it has been well promoted. Just that the way that we do it, or the way that we promote it for people to patronize. That's not the way Ashanti culture and the way they do their stuff. Like the funeral culture, for instance, or the funeral tourism, for instance. There's funeral going on each and every, like, let's say every weekend. You find a funeral somewhere in Kumasi, and it's huge. You can get all kinds of funerals, the one for the low class, the one for the high class, the medium, and you get each and every type that you want to see. But nobody will come out to promote that. Come and see how we do funeral. It is happening. So if you want to see how Ashantis do funeral, go there. The point is that the funerals are
then that is not tourism. Tourism is promoted.
Yeah.
Tourism is advertised. So if you say nobody will tell you that there is an Ashanti funeral, so come and look at it, then it means we still don't see it as something we want to push.
The point that I want to make is that when the funerals are going on, it is organized by the families, not one person, not one individual somewhere who wants to cash in or something. That's why nobody will advertise in that sense. But we have a very known names in Kumasi that are really, really critical, or you can't mention a huge funeral going on in Kumasi without mentioning their names. And we have a name like Owner Services. We have a name like K-Bedu. They are huge when it comes to funerals in Kumasi, because they rent out the materials that they use for their funerals, the chairs, the resources and all that. And even sometimes they can even give you money to do the funeral and all that. Yes. So it's a huge thing going on. And there's no, it's happening. The point is that they do it for themselves and for the people in Kumasi. So why should they come out and say that we are doing funeral, come and watch? No, that's the point I'm making. It's already going on, and the market is already there. They are serving. So there's no need for that. But I will not close the door and say that nobody can come in. If somebody is innovative enough and that person is thinking that no, there's a way that I can also monetize what is happening in Kumasi, why not? It will happen. I mean, the biggest billboards that you will see in Kumasi are the funeral billboards. Not even for Guinness and then the Coca-Colas and stuff. No, they are funeral billboards, huge ones. That even some companies may not even want to do it. Yes, so that kind of thing will tell you that yes, the thing is going on and they know what they are doing. So if anybody from outside can cash in, why not? I think the door is opening. But as for the Ashantis and the way they do their things, it is still the same. In fact, you will hardly go to if you are a native like Ashanti person living among your people, it's really hard to speak English, for instance. And the point is that even if you speak English, the people will see you as you and that they will give you names. So it will like you will not even feel it. Nothing will push you to speak English. You will have to speak what they want you to speak. If you are outside there or if you are among your friends who are okay with it, do it. But if you are among typical Ashanti people, English will not be the first thing that they will accept you speaking. In fact, they will even see you as an outsider if you go that direction.
And they start speaking English.
Yeah. So the culture, no, they are not losing it. Just that I will agree with you that there should be a way for people to monetize it more than what we are seeing now. I mean, I will agree with that.
Well, there was a documentary on, I think, Showmax about how funerals are done here in Ghana and some regions. But I want to ask Roland that, should this be the work of the tourism ministry or the Ghana Tourism Authority? Because Chambo said something, these are individuals doing their funerals. It is true, so they might not see the need to go and do publicity or promote it. But how about JTA, Ghana Tourism Authority, who are looking forward to have so many people coming to Ghana in the name of tourism? Kobiche has been in South Africa for the past 2 weeks or so, and almost every day he has a new place that he is going to bring information to us. So if the families can do it and still pushing the Ashanti rich culture, should Ghana Tourism Authority take this up?
That's, I mean, it has always been their core duty. In fact, the basics of their existence is this. You know, when you talk about culture and tourism, it happens every day and anywhere. But the commercialization and patronage of it is what makes it a complete package. So if you are talking about the Ashantis or the people in the Ashanti region actually advertising or throwing more light on their culture, I think they've done enough. They've done more than enough. Even this is a clear evidence. In fact, the whole Ashanti king went outside and was still portraying the Ashanti culture. Had somebody who was holding an umbrella, and even that particular shot generated so much conversation. So if you have,
even under a roof.
oh yes, was the prince who quote and unquote was seen, or the king in England who was seen bigger than himself, was just alone. This actually portrays the rich culture that he has with wherever he's coming from. So it is just the mandate of the GTA to know how to commercialize some of these things. You know, my honorable Makoko Kumante talked about funeral tourism, and it is all about the commercialization and monetization of it. Because left to the individuals, they will continue to do whatever they have to do. In fact, in recent times, I think they are even doing enough by even now we even have a documentary on how funerals are done in Ashanti region. It is more than enough. Now it is the duty of the GTA to know that, okay, whilst these guys are doing this, what are the periods in which they have more funerals? Sometimes even some regions gather a certain number of funerals and do it in like once. The last time we went to
Kobe?
Yes, Central region. There were about 3 or 4 funerals happening at the same time. And the GTA can capitalize on some of these things, pin it on their calendar, and just package it to the other side of the world for them to know that, okay, if there is something happening at this time, or if you want to experience even how funerals are done in Ghana, especially with the Ashantis, you can go at this time or at this time of the month or the year. When you go to the Central region or maybe Eastern region, you can find this or that as far as their culture this thing is concerned. Of course, and that is the core mandate of the GTA. Left to the people alone, they will still.
It is not their business.
Yes, and my last point will be the Comerican wave. In fact, not long ago they tried to commercialize it, but it did not see daylight. That is when they tried to do the Comerican wave with the concert and the festival and all that. That was one of the ways that they would have been able to make this huge cultural thing big and make something meaningful, that is correct money out of it. But because those things did not see daylight, that is why some of you or some people like you are not seeing like some substance out of that rich culture, even though it is always in your face. If today it has seen daylight and you know that just like Rapaholic, just like Freedom Wave, or just like December in GH, there's also a Comerican to the world concert, I am sure you will understand that, okay, as part as portraying their rich culture, they have a festival to it to the extent that even throughout this particular week of the year, it is all about Comericans and their culture. And we can add it even to the December in GH activities, whereby people will now factor it onto their calendar and patronize it. So yes, for advertisement and publicity, I think they've done enough. The GTA should take up this particular responsibility and make sure they can commercialize it.
They cash out.
The amphitheater and all that they are going to build up. You see, that is where they expose themselves. No. If you are really looking forward to making funeral like a huge tourist attraction kind of, you don't go and build a 1,000 or a 500 seater auditorium. Of course.
But they did not build it with funeral in mind.
And that means you are just saying it. You really don't mean what you are saying. Because if you are doing it only for musicians, then you failed. Especially if you are talking about tourism. Because you can gather seminar, everything, and you are just targeting musicians or 500 people or 1,000 people. No. You understand?
Well, Kobe will wrap up and let's get his opinions, solutions, suggestions as well. Kobe.
All right, I think this conversation, Brass, we need to open up.
Okay.
When we narrow everything to Kumasi, then the attention is being like it is only Kumasi that are trying to portray our culture.
In fact, in terms of
yes.
culture, I don't know which of the regions that you would want to compare them to Kumasi.
But my people too does.
Which people?
The Nzema people. They does it most. But just that they are not getting the spotlight.
Nobody gives
who should give them
the spotlight. Yes. You see, there are some.
What is rich culturally in Nzema? Mention some things that, like Kumasi, we are talking about their rulership, as in their traditional authority. We are talking about funerals. What is rich in culture in Ashanti?
I can talk of our festive, that is Kundum.
The festival.
Yes. That over the years has been doing very well, and even as it stands now, that we are in an era of Christianity. Still, people sees the essence of it and patronage in
not
it.
to catch you, but you see, a region like the Volta region has also been celebrating Hubechocho for centuries. But just not long ago, the kind of publicity and intention that they put to the last celebration, we all saw it. Nobody intentionally gave them that.
Let's listen to Kobe still.
So I think with what Roland is saying, it all boils up to support. You see, when you have even a good package and you are not getting the right support, and the support at the end of the day ends in what? Money. Yeah, if you want to project a good thing and you don't have the finances to do that. So just as anytime we call for the government, I believe we have some private individuals that can equally contribute or come together to push this agenda. But when you always let the focus be like everything has to be government, we have people individually that has the finances. They have the knowledge. When it comes to the ideas, they can put good ideas on the table. And when these ideas are equally making sense, government will along the line come and push. But when we want to always focus on government, most of the times they've not even made their mind, or most of the time, or sometimes they don't even understand where the whole concept about it. You see what today we're talking about funeral. It's a very huge, money, activity.
Yeah.
But hardly it's taking only few people to understand that if we push attention or we try to make this whole thing commercial thing, we will generate more income. So if the private people understand in this thing and package it nice, just as we're talking about, and project it well, I believe it will draw a signal to these people. But on the other hand, to let me big ups the Kumasi people. I think in terms of cultural wise, they've been doing so much work.
Okay.
Or for any occasions that he go, or any platform that he gets, represent Ghana. Sometimes you are seeing the Kente, and even his arrival and when he even returns from that journey that he embarks. And that one to show, talks about the whole thing. So I think the other tribes should, or ethnicity should more or less adopt this, in as much as we want to portray our culture, try and do this thing, and it will go a long way to be.
What month do you do your Kundum festival?
Around September, October.
Okay, so I think I have gotten a call from one of the chiefs there, who is telling me they would want Shatawale to come there. They want to install him and blah, 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 blah. To him, his business is not coming with any financial commitment, and I have not been able to push it forward, as a matter of fact, because he's saying, oh, they want to install him, they want to, like, he thinks that is how they also want to give back to him. And whether that will equal his coming, I'm not too sure yet. So yes, it is true. They might be doing something right. And even as a matter of fact, Kundum Festival, apart from school time, that we read about Kundum Festival, right after school, I've not heard much about Kundum Festival. I don't go to Abuache, but almost any time there is Abuache, I hear something about it. I don't go to Hogbechocho, but anytime there is Hogbechocho, I hear something about it. You understand? So maybe now, the people in there, those who think we are Nzemas, this is the time for you guys to upgrade the festival. Because now, if you ask Kundum what happens, as a matter of fact, what I read, I've forgotten. No, like I'm being honest. Chemo, I don't know if you remember what Kundum. No. But we all read it.
Yeah.
But what we read,
Kundum and other,
we forgot it. But Ojra, when it is Ojra, we hear it.
Yeah.
When it is Homo, you might not be part of it too, but you feel it. But Kundum, even Afetu Afashe. Fetu Afashe, you don't go there. you hear it. Yeah, you go to Cape Coast, but you hear it, like you feel there is something happening. So, like he said, whether we are not supporting them, they are not doing something right.
I think they are not supporting themselves.
So, Brass, I mean, let me look through the camera and tell
and speak to your people. Speak to your people.
Brass, I mean, let me say.
When you are done, speak their language.
Yes. Let me say kudos to the MP of Jomoro. I think
that be Fantana's mother.
He brought Shatawale once to Nzema, and Shatta is being loved. I mean, all the big boys, they are being loved.
That was when she was campaigning, isn't it?
Maybe.
Yeah. That was when she was campaigning.
So, me kurakem claim media man samam. Ke mekani juke mu akote ba ha ya bonua. Mezeke yele azugavlam gbulemawa Nzema. Mo ba ha ba ha ya bonua. Yama Nzema. Yadam kwe yedu mane yaga mane kulazo muti ba memu akoti ya ya won bonua ye pushin Nzema yele nyane ngrama wake in terms of male ye nwa halile. I mean Nzema le suwabi mo ebazwa yuklo muti ba memu akoti ya ya won bonua. What I'm trying to say is that we should all come together. The big men there, they should understand the game and bring these people there. This is one means for us to sell our culture. Because imagine you having someone like Shatabale, Stoneboy, Sarkodie there coming to this
festival.
Places. By all means, they will stand on that platform and it will draw the spotlight there. So let us all push the agenda and preach about the good things.
What do you guys do during the festival? What happens during the festival?
Oh, like we do the traditional stuff. Sometimes we talk about the old history, how this Kundum thing that comes with a break about 30 days or some days that it's in a form of fast. So there
you also do fasting?
Yes, something like that.
Yeah,
we do. So at that period,
before the festival?
Yes, at that period, it's like a season where everybody is into the whole activity. So before the day that we will bring the whole Kundum, that is the drumming and other stuff, we go to the shrine, perform all the traditional stuff, then we adore the event. After the adoring the event, it comes with some activities like competitions, like musical concepts, and also in the form of donation. Sometimes we go to those indigenous shrines to do whatever, incarnations or sacrifices that we are meant to do. But at the end of the day, the purpose of it is unity. Like we coming together and try to project the good things about it. Yeah. But one thing before today is my.
But there is something you did not also do. I want you to do it. There are some of our friends abroad who might be Nzemas. Speak once again to them in their language that this time round you want to, in collaboration with Flex Entertainment,
invite them.
Put some spotlight on the Kundum Festival. Right. Therefore, you need their support. Tap, send support.
I think this is a great opportunity.
Tell them that this time around we want to throw a spotlight on the Kundum Festival in Duma, in Nzema. We'll go there, capture everything that will be happening, put it on social media for people to also see that Kundum Festival is happening. But before we can go there, I've been there before. It's a very far place.
Yes.
In fact, we cannot go there with these small cars. We have to get some big cars. So tell them that for them to get the hype going in your language, they should prepare some money. September, send money to Sammy Flex TV. We go there and we also project Nzema
activities and support them.
In 1 minute.
All right, media man Nzema, enkali at the ukule pale. All the good news, muti mom come here media man Nzema, especially bedamo nyame ye ba adoma ma bedu adene be ho abrochila. Kakla mo raminya el kapale bi mva mo bane. E ma le Sammy Flex TV. Ye adwene na mo akoti ala ke yukreke ye fanzema. Ye ba engana. Ana ye fagana mo akoti ye ba Nzema. Muti bedamo bo abrochi. Bedamo bo Nzema manin bienu. Mo sebe be awsese be ni e ho nyula. Be me mo akoti ya he won bonua. Na ye duozukwa. Na ye va Sammy Flex ye Nzema no project the good things about Nzema. Thank you.
I like the language, man, because I was hearing some key words in there. Papa Kable, shout out to him and to all the good guys who are from that part of town. Let's see how best we can push it. We need to protect all our culture so they don't die. That is very, very important. Now, moving on to the next business. Sometimes when I come across some of these stories, and once again, shout outs to most of our friends who are Nigerians and they connect to us, Fuad and the rest of the people, they always try to show the success of Nigerians under our throats, or better still, in our noses. One of them is Rema playing a very huge and successful concert in India. Like in India. And if there is also one area that is very strict culturally, India is also one of such places. Yes. They are very strict culturally. Yet, they were able to break through with this kind of concert. And look at the numbers there. This was like the carnival form. And someone was doing a commentary under this particular video that for the first time, there has been huge traffic from someone. There was huge traffic from someone who was not like an indigent. To them, it doesn't happen like you be who, where you go come in the way, everybody go give you attention and you be causing traffic. They said it doesn't happen. Like they won't mind you. No, they won't mind you. You are not their Buddha or whatever. They won't mind you. But Rema, as young as he is, was able to pull this magic there. And we are still asking, Denkra, what are they doing right? Or can anybody just go there and make it happen? Ro, you have been doing events. Can anybody go there and make it happen? No. Or it will only take Rema?
No. It is just a few who can do
no,
it.
For you know, maybe they are now ready to open up, but no, we are scared.
It is not about us being scared. It takes a lot for you to do this. And in fact, so many people have one of the requirements, but the other requirement is where the problem lies. So the first requirement that is unique or that everybody has is the fact that we are all creative people. One thing that is able to break barriers, cultures, and everything has to do with being a creative, whether music, movie, football, or anything that has to do with you being creative. You have that capability of breaking into somebody's culture easily. That is the first thing. The second thing has to do with resources, and that is where so many people will be lacking. Rema did not just get there because he's Rema, or because he's special, or because people are singing his songs. No. Aside the fact that he has good songs, he has good repertoire, he also has the resources to push as far as India. That's the difference. So it is not just because he went there and nobody knows his song, that's why he's doing this. No. It is because he has an accurate data of his presence there even before he going there. That is why he will be able to do this and do it successfully. One person that I can also tip that has the potential of doing something like this is Kiddy.
After he did that remix,
yes, with one of their big artists now. And in fact, when you even check Kiddy's records or his repertoire, among his repertoire, the only place he was able to get a platinum or hit a platinum sales is India. So yes, so many people, we might think that in our mind that they are not too open to other people or they have very close culture and all that. It is not true. Until you try, until you give them what they want, they will open up to you. That's how it is. That's how it is. We sit here and we sometimes assume that, oh, Nigerians are not welcoming, Nigerians are not doing this, Nigerians are not doing that. But the last time I checked, Sarkodie was there, they did not sack him. Jackie was there, they did not sack him. Kevin Boy and the likes have been there. Kamido and all that have been there in recent times. They did not sack them. In fact, when you even check their streams aside Ghana, Nigeria and other places have been one of their strongholds. So it is that misconception is what we need to take off our mind and make sure that we gather the necessary resources to be able to pull some of these things. This is not just a joke. The guy just entered into the Guinness Book of Records with one of his songs. So when he's doing some of these things, it is not just because he is too special, or it is not because people are singing his songs only. Have you asked yourself, why haven't the likes of Davido, Wizkid, Burna Boy and the likes also doing these things? That is why you find just a handful of people attempting this. Dubai or the Arabian countries are also places that we know they have very strict culture. They wouldn't compromise on so many occasions for anybody. Yeah, but yes, though, during the World Cup, we have so many of our musicians performing there. Even outside the World Cup, there have been functions over there where people still patronize people's events. You guys had a successful trip when you went to Dubai. I'm talking about the club events and all that. You guys had a very beautiful event, the yacht party and all that. It is one of those. Somebody who can just assume that, Charlie, because of how strict their culture is, they won't even allow their women out. They won't even allow people to go here and there. Yes, still, you guys were able to hold a successful.
But their women, they won't allow them out.
Yes, that's I agree.
But Chamo, they do shows in Dubai.
Yes.
They have one venue there. I think the Coca-Cola something arena, Coca-Cola arena, yes. Which houses about 17,000 people.
Yes, when we went there, yes, we had an event and there were women there. But what he said that they won't allow their women, and I'm saying yes, for that one, they won't allow their
but still,
women.
No. That's why I also want to disapprove that the 17,000 shows that they've been doing at the Coca-Cola arena, are their women not part of the shows?
I'm so sure their women are not part of it.
Oh.
Yes, I'm
so
very positive.
Even if
the women don't go to such shows?
Because, no, I'm not saying women don't go to such shows.
So explain.
I said their women don't go to
as the natives.
Yes.
Even if the natives
you have gone there several times. Have you seen a native Dubai woman coming to any event that you have been to?
Even if their natives wouldn't go.
Yeah.
If you have
that's what I'm saying. But women will come there.
Oh yes,
but not their women.
Me, I am not even targeting their women.
Chamoba is the kind of programs I am part of. The ones they won't come. But I know which recently maybe Richie can help us. Recently, one of the Nigerian guys, I think it was Wizkid, went to Dubai. He played at the Coke Arena place.
Yeah, and we have a lot of foreigners in Dubai.
Has even got
so you still think they were not part?
Yes, I still think they were not part.
Whether they are part or not, my own is about how to organize events and the resources that you can use to pull people from all walks of life. Because at the end of the day, it is not only the native that you are targeting.
Yeah.
Like he said, there are other nationals in there. And when you are doing such events, you target...
the natives are more.
Well,
like what we just saw from
India.
If you see, you can see these are Indians.
These are natives.
By Indians, they have strict culture, but the other cultures are also
sometimes flexible.
Because we have a lot of Indians in America. In fact, they dominated even the technology field. So, and most of them go back to handle their institutions and all that. For India, I think they are well blended when it comes to the culture thing. Yeah.
Okay, wrap up.
It is that my point is it is just a handful of people that will be able to do this, and it is even with people who have the necessary resources and can take such risk. If you don't have the necessary resources, it will be very difficult for you to achieve some of these feats. We can only celebrate the few who would get these kind of achievements and successes whenever they step out like this. So it is not just about people having strict culture or people closing their doors to us. It is about us giving them what they really want and they will open up.
Kobe, India and Nigerians are failing there. Not easy, like not an easy task.
Yes.
With huge numbers.
Brass, I mean, not everybody can do this. Just as Ro said, before you venture into such a bold step, you need to do your checks very well. There should be research. You should know that wherever that I'm going, like I have a dominance there. Not necessarily just showing up. And before you be able to get or gather these huge numbers, there have to be a whole lot of publicity about it. That comes with a huge sum of money. But first of all, let me say congratulations to him.
Yeah.
I mean, for making African proud, irrespective, either he's a Nigerian or what, we are all African. So we are all
if he did something wrong, would he have said we are all Africans?
Oh, that one, yeah. But better still, better still, it is African. So,
yeah, no, it is African.
So our brother is making us proud. But
get ready for what the glorious moment.
Our brother is making us proud. But Nigerian people they should also know, say, sometimes they think that we Ghanaians, we hate them or we envy them. It is all for the love of the game.
Okay.
Just as they do this whole analysis there that any Ghanaian wouldn't go hard on them. they should desist from that kind of attitude that sometimes if a pundit says something and it doesn't go in their favor, they'll be attacking him. It's not fair.
Yesterday, the person was wearing black.
Just as yesterday's one of Nigerian was attacking one of our pundits, Nana Reagan, calling him all sort of names. My brother, you better stop this kind of stuff. When there's a negative news about Shatawale, you people say it anyhow that you like. When there's a negative news about Stoneboy and the likes, you say it anyhow you like it. So when there's an issue that we need to address it, if it doesn't go in your favor, no one hate you here. We are all Africans, and we talk about whatever good that goes in favor of Africa. But I'm telling you that Ghanaians too can also do what he's doing.
Which Ghanaian artist can do?
Kiddy can do it.
Okay.
With a good.
So why has he not tried all this while?
I think over the years we heard about his illness and other stuff. So
that was just.
Sure he canceled some of his show, but let's hope that as part of this year's tour, he will schedule that place, and I'm sure he will give us a very impressive numbers. Yeah.
Well, Chamo, you can add what you have not said yet. I know you were adding some one or two.
Yeah. I think it's not obviously it's not every artist who can do this. In fact, a handful of them can do this, and it's normal in all sectors of our life. We have only few successful people, few poor people, and a lot of us are average, and so this is not surprising. And obviously, when you look at what Rema he's been doing for some time now, you can consider him as one of those who are at the top, the few ones who will be at the top, and what he has done is huge, and even some big artists that you may consider as world stars may not even pull such crowds. It doesn't happen all the time.
And it's in India.
Yes,
it's not in Australia or America.
And you know, he did 3 cities in India. He did Bombay, he did New Delhi, and he did Hyderabad. And in Hyderabad, the capacity is about 50,000, and it was sold out.
Oh!
And then he did New Delhi with about 10,000 capacity.
Sold out.
And then Mumbai 16,000 sold out. So 50,000, 10,000, 16,000 all sold out. So what he is doing is not a joke. Like it's not common thing that every musician in your lifetime will get there. No, few people can do something like that, and he's one of them. And we should just accept it as it is. And at this point, he's huge, breaking records, getting high numbers that even some people that you may consider ahead of him can't do.
Not able to do. Yeah.
Yes. So everything is going right for him. Coming out with good music, having a very good team supporting him, everything working for him at this point in time. So we will just congratulate him and wish him all the best, because he has the opportunity and he's utilizing it so well. And you can't say anything but to say kudos to him and his team. Yeah.
Well, interesting times we have in our music industry. Kobe Josvan suggested Kiddy to try this, and now that Kiddy, Stoneboy,
yeah, I accept Stoneboy too.
Because he had some YouTube numbers from India.
Of course.
He can do 50,000 capacity. 50,000. No.
He can do it. He can do it. Do it better than you.
Far more than you
can think that he will ever do. Well, so Stoneboy, Shatawale, Kiddy, the challenge has been thrown. Sarkodie, I heard Sarkodie too. The song Adonai too was big in those areas.
No, Sarkodie's Adonai is arguably the biggest song.
Charlie, Munyawad, chase them. Chase those bald-haired guys out of town, man. Go to India and get the numbers as well. Run the numbers and let's see how it will be like. Now, moving forward to Andre's business. I'm asking that, is there a new standard when it comes to winning of awards in Ghana? Now, the new standard I'm talking about is letting the world know that you are so happy about the wins and that you are going to show the world in jubilant mood how happy and excited you are for winning. We saw Black Sherif on the street of Konongo. Right after Konongo, we saw him same way at Adan having fun. Even as part of the win, he was even dashed some 2 luxurious and expensive cars. When we thought it was only Black Sherif who was celebrating the wins or jubilating, we came back yesterday online in the evening. Piesie Esther was also all over the internet, also celebrating her win with a party where she called some industry couples to come together for eat and drink sessions, meet and greet sessions. And we are asking, hey, now is that the new standard? That if you win award, it is not all. You campaign, you win after you throw a party? Well, so whilst the party was ongoing, some statements came up. I want us to consider 2 things. Consider the party in general and to consider some 2 statements that came up. One was Abeku Santana, who was, what should be the word in po? Mocking Black Sherif for not being able to throw his own party. And Kwesi Ernest of Media XL fame, who was also saying that now they are going to match the secular industry boot for boot. And if they win, they would also win. Let's look at the celebration and pay attention to these comments made by these people. And we come back to ask, is there a new standard in win of awards in Ghana? Watch this. I'll be back.
Oh, man, whoa. Yeah. Gospel artists are wearing the artists of the year. Why didn't I do Oscar? Who Oscar? Artist of the year, no can go for a party, man. On one can sing a party. Artist of the year. Artist of the year. Artist of the year. Oh, bro. Capo, me some from this way. Also, remember friend you have. Present and so gonna frame the mistake. Present and announcement.
Of state. Say your name, run it. Of state. Say Minister of God. Of state. Say your name, run it. Be an yes. Whoa. Aywa. One kuni. I would say that
yɛda nyankopɔn te asefoɔ no ase ɛwɔ ɛnnɛ da yi deɛ waboa yɛn de abɛduru deɛ nti bɛnnɛ yɛnyɛ yɛtwa ahyiam ha na yɛde wɔdɔ ɛdidi na yɛnnom no ne nyinaa ne sɛ 20 years in ministry mo ayɛ yɛ adom mo ayɛ yɛ mmoa ama nnɛ ɛhuru deɛ ayɛhunu yɛ na yɛntumi nyɛ biribiara sɛ ɛwɔ sɛ yɛto nsa frɛ adɔfoɔ ɛyɛ nyinaa na ɛwɔ ha deɛ nanso kakra bi a ɛwɔ ha sɛ at least na yɛntumi ɛnhyɛ biribi na ɛnkyerɛ sɛ yɛni asɔ deɛ Awurade nam mo so ayɛ ɛde ama yɛ sɛ yɛka sɛ yɛbobɔ din wɔ ha sɛ yɛ yɛdɔɔso na yɛkasɛ paa ne sɛ ɛyɛ nano VGMA cash nyame adom ɛne mo mmoa mo support I'm the support yet. A radia dom, the Timenia gospel song, the Timenia gospel artist of the year.
On behalf of the Table of Men Organization of Ghana, I would like to say a very big thank you to all of you. I stand as the chairman for the Table of Men. So the organization Table of Men is not built for just one musician.
Tell them.
Me, I don't sing.
Tell them.
And therefore, every gospel musician should be very proud, sir. Finally, we have people that can speak for us. That is right. I go to meetings, I go to our platforms, I go to places, and I sit there and I see a platform where a secular artist is being paid 100,000 Ghana cedis. Our platform now, gospel musician, near amount of 5,000. That rascality must stop. That nonsense must stop in this industry. And it is important. So, you know, gospel for we are united. Because if for nothing at all, Bible now you can't try to say as I say to kind who go yes sir. Bible say united we stand, together we stand, yes sir. Divided we fall, yes sir. And to be my principle, I said, more baby and trying to feel you say be as Sabio, yes, yes, that be a formal table of men. Copies appointing a formal table of men. There be. They were almost said, they are fighting for the soul, body, and the life of gospel music. My year produced on a Juma for almost 26 years of my life. For 26 years of my life, this is what I've done in this industry. And that is what it is. Me transfer from now in gospel musicians will be ridiculed, will be sidelined in this industry. It will never be possible. Freedom now. We can never sit for that action to happen again. What I say? Say, yes, I have friends who are. Say, yes, I have friends who are more. And chairman, I have one more break practice for the and it is important for us to speak for the gospel people. Every awards time one. Say, they make an every awards time one. One must see a kind of Bible into where we are saying, young quarter them. We share from Phobia, Catchers and Messi, gospel musicians. Still, you are now black or cordiano. Keyboard near the body, you know, and not been the PSS as the body. See me back, my father catcher. Come on, you can black or music video, no? Some video come on, and look behind you, child, a patient young music video. In the end, to me, not possible. So, industry now, woman, your body, your blue family, a bar baswa. Yes, a gospel for the Monko treachery. Now, we have a time for time artist of the year. It is not for, it's not a church business. No, we have a catch himself. And not possible. Me person me catch him say some boss mama your support wa. Last month here, you call Ghana Music Awards. 7 artists, gospel musicians. Yeah, mama, 7 minutes I'm going to perform on stage. Me koka once and yesema menka okromanu. And not possible. We will stop that rascality. Table of Men, we will fight for that interest to make sure that gospel music rise. But I mentioned to Piesie Esther. Piesie Esther to the reply. Gospel shall rise. Somebody. Gospel music shall survive.
Well, so that was what happened last night here in Accra. The location I'm not too sure about. Maybe they didn't know. Africa Regent Hotel, yeah. Kufuor Hotel, Wawa. Okay. Is that a new standard of winning awards in Ghana, Chemo? And some of the statements that were made, we can analyze some of them as well.
Yeah, this is sad. I mean,
it's sad.
Yep. Hey. For me,
Chemo, sit well. Sit well.
The things that he said is sad for me. I mean, he's not using the right mindset to say the things that he's saying. That's why I'm saying it's sad.
Really?
Yes.
What do you think is wrong about it? Are they not realities?
No, it's not. Sometimes you say something, it sounds nice, but when you go deeper into it, you know that no, this is not right things to say. I mean, I'm not against them having the party. No, not at all. I mean, it's nice to have a party if you think you have done good job and people have recognized it and you want to celebrate it or celebrate with them. Why not? It's nice. But my thing was on the what Questioners said. Yes. So why am I saying what he said is sad? I mean, the award scheme is about awarding people who we think has done something that they need recognition, or we have to recognize them. And that's what it is. It's not about who should get it because you belong to a certain tribe or you belong to a certain camp. I'm using the word tribe, not the tribe that we know, but for the groups that they have formed artificially. Yes. So why should we give you an award because you are a gospel musician? I mean, that it won't sit well with me. But I will understand if you have done a good song that everybody loves and we think that you deserve an award. Why not? Why should that label, gospel musician, should be what the basis for us to award you? I mean, it's bad for somebody like Questioners to go that direction. It will not help anybody. We should rather promote people who are doing good songs, regardless of the genre that you are coming from. Whether it's gospel music, it's Afrobeat, hip hop, hip life, whatever. If it is a good music that many people can relate to or love, why not get the award and move on? There are other means that you can support your people or the people that you think deserve an award. Fine. But don't make it look like at this point it's our right. At this point it's for us. At this point we should be the ones getting it. I mean, it's not good. So me, I will tell him that this direction that he's going, it's not nice for anything. It's not good for business in general. I mean, for him to say that they pay secular musicians more than gospel artists, that can't be right. And even if that's the case, it's not about somebody discriminating against gospel musicians. It's about the value that comes with it. Where were they going to perform for them to get that money? If you are going to perform to a crowd that Shatawale will have more appeal than you, you say you are a gospel musician, so they should pay you as high as Shatawale, or what? So what is the basis for it? If the Shatawale comes to a crusade and he's going to perform at the crusade there, let's just think about it. Who is going to get more support in that scenario? So if it is Shatawale, still, even in a crusade or a gospel, a church activity, still Shatawale is the one going to pull the crowd. You think because you are a gospel musician, you should get more money than Shatawale? No, it doesn't work like that. This is pure business and common sense. I mean, people will have value for whatever that you give. And whether you like it or not, that's the value that they will give you. If you won't take it, you move. So it's not nice for you to put it in a way for it to look like people are discriminating against a particular group of people just based on the tribe or the group that they belong to. Nobody will discriminate against you because you are a gospel musician. That the value of a gospel musician is there. It's nobody's fault. That's the value. It's not about, okay, they should just change the label and see if they will pay them more. They should call themselves secular musicians and see if they will get more money. No, it doesn't work like that. Just get the value and ask for what you deserve. The secular people that you are saying that they pay them higher. It's not, they don't say that you are a secular musician, Shatawale, so I'll pay you 100,000. Shatawale will call for the 100,000. If you won't pay, I won't perform. Yeah. It's as simple as that. So if you are a gospel musician and they are not paying you 100,000, don't perform. Go and see whether a combedo and as a common. If 50,000 is your value and you are calling for 100,000, a combedo. The same thing happens in all facets of our lives. It's not just music. If you are giving a service to somebody and they give you a price and you think you deserve more, you reject it and people will top up. if they think you don't deserve more, they will forget about you and go for the next person who will take that price. So he shouldn't make it sound like they are discriminating against gospel musicians just because they are gospel musicians. It's not good for anybody in the industry. But as for the party there, I support it. And if they have the money to do it, why not? They should enjoy themselves.
I see. Ro, continue from there. The party standard and some of the statements that were made there.
It is good. The party is good. But you see, to every activity there is an advantage and a disadvantage. You see, I am not against anybody holding a party. In fact, when you look at even some of the advantages as far as some of these activities are concerned, you put yourself in a very good light or in a good books of so many people, if you should look at it holistically. The only disadvantage to some of these activities has to do with how consistent you can be with this, or how you are going to continue this practice.
No, this is just an after awards.
Of course. So I am asking myself, so do you know an award scheme can also be motivated by some of these activities to award you? And if they do, and you don't put out some of these activities after they've awarded you or honored you, I'm not sure the award scheme would be pleased if in that sense, you understand? So me, I am not against, in fact, for them to even be doing this, yes, I agree, Charlie, in that period, you go through a lot. There are so many people who put in a word or two for you. Some people go the length and breadth of whatever they have to do just to help you with. And if at the end of the day, you want to crown whatever achievement you have with a celebration, why not? It is beautiful. So me, I'm not against the party. In fact, it is good for you to even gather people around to help you celebrate whatever, whether small or big, that you think you've had. Now, to some of the statements that were made, my first one will be Capo's statement. I think lately he's been doing the most. He's been doing so much talking, and some of them are
no.
Some of them are some way for me, because the statement that he made that the winning artist of the year, Kraman for the party man, and I am tempted to ask, okay, is it on a lighter note or he really meant it? And some of these statements, yes, some people can just take it literal and just go with it. I know you would not care, but then it is one of them things that sometimes we should watch what we say, especially when we want to fanfool others. When we want to fanfool others, we should clearly watch what we say at times. Because yes, kasi yebo receipt amount in the near future. One share any of them. Now to Christiana's comment. Me, the table of men thing, with what he said, that the table of men was not formed for a certain group of gospel musicians or a certain group of people. Contrary to that, I believe that is even the purpose of the table of men. In fact, if nobody can convince me that the table of men was created for all gospel musicians, it is not true. It is not true.
Oh, they are pushing the gospel agenda. So if you say it's not,
they
it's
are
not true.
Pushing the gospel agenda.
It's like someone who started Bass Awards, and you say the Bass Award is not for all group of people. The Bass Award is for everybody.
The modus operandi are different with the comparison we are making. You see the table of men. They are not doing everything gospel. They are doing some gospel musicians who can liaise with them or who can have a dinner table with them. That's what they are doing. Let's not kid ourselves. Are we saying that if indeed it is not about some gospel musicians that they pick at a particular time, let's look at how they've been operating ever since it was formed. It is always about one top. When's the last time I can't just talk one top but too much? That is it. How many gospel artists did we not have in this year's scheme? Not even this year's scheme, but not even this particular scheme, but other schemes. How has their energy been towards other gospel musicians? Even the ones that they are saying they don't have any problem. Let's take it as if they don't have any problem. But if indeed you want to serve, you think this particular institution was created for that purpose. Yes, you can't give everybody equal energy. But there are some energy that you give, and we know that this is for the purpose of everybody. In fact, Musica was set up, and if we see Musica championing the cause of just, let's say, high lifers or hip lifers, we can clearly see. we can clearly see last year the first one was for Joe Metal. The next one, even though Joe Metal was there were other gospel how do you call it, musicians in there. The following one was for Diana Hamilton. Now it is for Piesie Esther. So I'm asking myself, should it always be the one top kind of situation? And what happens to the other conversations as far as other gospel musicians are concerned? So is it always that when we get two gospel musicians in competition, we need to choose one that we think we can liaise with or we can have a good relationship with? Then we even if it means we talking to Chemu to silence him and say, oh, say this time there, this person is on top, so you help me, let's push this one. I believe it is not so fair. I believe it is not so fair. And the issue of him saying some secular artists are being paid 10,000 and the gospel musicians, that is not true. In fact, that if he wants to paint a discriminatory picture, it is not true. People will pay you based on how they see you or how they put premium or value on you. That is how they will pay you. In fact, that is why even as high as you can be, you will still get people who would still call you and give you a low price. It is because to them that is what they can either afford or that is how they see.
That's how you bargain.
Yes, and so he shouldn't come and say if today an institution decides to pay a gospel musician 10,000 Ghana cedis or 100,000 Ghana cedis. It is because of their conversations. It is not true. It is the value of what they are seeing. That is what they are paying for. If he has any issue, I believe he should rather encourage people in the gospel fraternity to do good negotiations and do good business. That is what they are lacking. Because like you said, camera na yeditwa Black Sherif, that same camera na yeditwa Piesie Esther. Into say Black Sherif timi nya akukudro ko kasa me the red ditwa video. Into ube buki me ameje 150,000 and 100,000. What stops Piesie Esther from also calling the same amount if indeed she thinks she deserves the same value? So he should rather encourage them to do good business and negotiate rights. That is how they can do it, not they sitting on tables.
Honestly, I don't see that they undervalue them. I mean, I've worked with
gospel artist.
I've been working with a gospel artist, and initially their charges is about what the person can give them. It's not about them asking for what they think they deserve. They will go and play the show, and then they will say that any ammonium faka. And if you are lucky and it's 20,000, you are in. If it is 5,000, that's what it is. So, and they do those work organized by churches, gospel people. So what are you talking about? I mean, Agosene should not even go there at all.
Okay, Kobe Josvan will speak finally on this topic. Then we move on to the next business.
All right, so Brass, I mean, I'll start with Abeku's rant. I think, or Kasadodo. I mean, and some of the things that he's saying.
Boss, so take your time. That is Chemo's boss.
Okay, he's my boss too. I like him. I really admire him. I mean, but I no crowd Hamamienka. To say the all kind of Piesie and say even a gospel artist of the year couldn't organize a party. I think it's not necessary.
Sometimes yes, he was joking.
He was no, he sounded. I know, say he sounded sarcastic though, but people will take it out of context. You see, and the personality saying it. Yeah, Wahana Sarko can say look alike funny thing, and we saw the outcome of it. So some of the things people have is not even expected.
But you are not taking it as such, I guess.
Yes,
because you know better.
Yeah,
but you are scared of those who might
yes
ignore the better.
Yes, no matter what. And Brans, I mean, let's establish this point here. The way you think and you see your things now is different from another person. The kind of understanding that maybe a communication is being directed, how you understand the whole or picture the whole thing. Someone will take it out of or different direction. So
happens,
to avoid certain things at all, at the end of the day, you see people also trying to raise agenda over this whole thing. And let me also move to Akwesienne's thing. I know some of his words sound too harsh, especially his choice of words. But I think what he's doing is on a good cause.
Okay.
Yes. To me, I think he's doing something that will also draw attention to the gospel people.
Okay.
So
now it looks like now you are getting closer to the gospel folks, pa.
Oh yeah,
I can feel it. Yeah, I can feel it.
He's a church elder. So
Yeah. Because since he went to Atara Praises program, Dan Latte's Mama Boat, and like it looks like the gospel agenda is really eating into your head. But that's fine. Yeah, it's not bad.
I think it's a very good call because it will also create awareness that like we treat us good, we also deserve better. And that one too. And when I heard Chemo and my senior boss here saying say value and other stuff, we have some gospel artists that equally have the value that also can be equally paid higher bid. I mean get bigger offers.
Who should pay them?
Who should pay them? It's the event organizer.
Who should demand it? Who should demand
they demand, but the supplier is not one providing it.
So what? So you think when Shatawale says I'll take 100,000 and they say they won't pay, Shatawale will play the show?
Even
it depends.
Not long. No, it doesn't depend on anything. Not long ago, party in the park.
Yeah.
When they had their negotiations, it got to a point. He said he wanted what £100,000. When the organizer also said he can't pay Shatawale £100,000 because he doesn't have that kind of money either to give Shatawale, or he doesn't see Shatawale deserve that £100,000. The show did not happen.
But you know something, brother Sammy.
Tell me.
In some instances that no Accra he deserve 1 cedi. But person a coin be as 50 pesos. And that is what NS is trying to put across there. Say if the person truly deserves 10 cedis.
And he or she is demanding.
Yes. But who determine who deserves what? That's the point.
Who determine then? There can still be agenda. People can still really say, oh, and I'm also more kahombi. Omo gospel for an kasabra some more kahombi. Yeah, me bo haba. Omo more kahombi. You see sometimes ne.
Oh, for smooth road and messy rough road. So fire.
Brother Sammy like.
Yeah, so rough road.
Can we are near account? They are part of it. When we ask them their call, they'll be telling say we are doing ministry. You are doing ministry and we give you 50,000 Ghana cedis to go and do ministry. You are complaining.
And look at the dozen.
Oh no, I didn't know. So sometimes they should also understand say the thing is a business. Oh yeah.
Does Baba.
So they should know say if they want to do this, commercialize the whole thing that they are doing. So even if you are doing your ministry work, just commercialize the whole thing and get what you have to get out of it. Then from there, whatever percentage that you want to push into your ministry, then you push it. But okay, can say ube nyame adwuma ube you nso be can say ko na jifu sika na ko. To say na de be yam.
And also na oje na ko usu no.
Yeah, so that's it. So what you call for is what you get. But the NS NS is doing to, I think it will draw attention to the gospel fraternity too. And the table of men issue, no brother, I mean, we are my kosa but because let me tell you, the support will never be equal. And that is what we try to get. Yes, and this is what will bring the whole issue.
It won't bring any issue. The open can't near your mouth. Table of men, the open becca near your mouth. Yeah, man.
We are saying it on this platform. Some will be satisfied and the others wouldn't be satisfied.
Yes, because it means their input was more. No, so I get what Kobe is saying, but even when it happens like that, who do you blame? Because the guys are providing service.
Yeah, service.
And when it comes to service provision, bro, it's about who is paying good to demand what service. So if you come to me and you say, okay, Sammy Flex, I want you to always clean here, and you give me good amount of money, and you go to someone and you give the person more, I'm sure the person will do here and there, whilst I am still here. Or if you give me more, I do more than the person is doing. So yeah, there will be issues, but who do you blame? Well, so table of men, so now they have officialized it.
Yes.
Well, yeah, sure. The Barcosi, and me who saw motor shade be my empressado, and the Becca, Musra Becca. almost to shade be say say table of men, they are just for a specific group of people. They are for everybody. And that shade, we know where the shade is going to straight. But finally, Black Sherif has been enjoying all the accolades after last week's appearance on UTV, where one particular question that he answered, everybody is praising him for one of the best responses from him ever. And I'm asking, what were they expecting Black Sherif to have said? The way everybody is happy about, wow. Were they saying Black Sherif was going to say something different? Or what exactly are they so excited about Black Sherif's response to Sarkodie's question on countryside? Let's go watch that portion. When I come back, ask my people what they also think about the response in general. Like when a question like this is posed to an artist, what will be the expectation from that artist and what they think about the response from Black Sherif and why some people seem to be so happy about his response. Watch this. I'll be back.
Vic me who said fellow industry person, my former colleague Jeffoli, also obisa question. Vic me who said fellow industry person, my former colleague Jeffoli, also obisa question. You say a harmless question. Now when who when bisa the mami bisa o mano. Or see anka uni Jams album no so anka album no be den.
Ke be cause albums, music is spiritual thing. And like me, from my lens, albums, singles, they are babies. Me name the destiny. Kaminiswa me name destiny also. Tinka the ebe was a no and ebe.
Nti de umkofo se wona wama album na ye album no. Yes, anka countryside ni so anka.
Sana umkofo ka. Momonka mimi hu ne sa. Sakwaya adi we years before me shall see chiro adi we. Me na me be ka chire ne say me ni wa anka ne album me. Dabi yan kan sa. What you say? 4 years na me shall say you. Si free ni di enim. Na shade e wogu so wa heda. Dada from Sammy. And make sense and I make no obi what feel our top and for 40,000 I mean can be akwa bi bu fo no like and no retweet na sanity o the same way say ozobu a ohun down here o sheda o fa basket we are know about oh this means GSF my sister this is because really engagements now I could chat. Now they are sending brand be a opo be a posting a year man say, oh me posti ani pass in a no this cow long. What you say? Sanity you. Uba reward no ma. E your double brave. Uko be a true
Vic me who said fellow industry person, my former colleague Jeffoli, also obisa question. You say a harmless question. Now when who when bisa the mami bisa o mano. Or say anka uni Jams album no so anka album no be den.
Ke be cause albums, music is spiritual thing. And like me, from my lens, albums, singles, they are babies. Me name the destiny. Kaminiswa me name destiny also. Tinka the ebe was a no and ebe.
Nti de umkofo ka se wona wama album na ye album no. Yes, anka countryside ni so anka.
Sana umkofo ka. Momonka mimi hu ne sa. Sakwaya adi we years before me shall see chiro adi we. Me na me be ka chire ne say me ni wa anka ne album me. Dabi yan kan sa. What you say? 4 years na me shall say you. Si free ni di enim. Na shade e wogu so wa heda. Dada from Sammy. And make sense and I make no obi what feel our top and for 40,000 I mean can be akwa bi bu fo no like and no retweet na sanity o The same way I say Uzobua, who down here will shade that. Of far basket where we are know about this Miss GSF, my sister, this is really engagements. Now I could chat. Now they are sending brand to be a opo be a posting a year man say, oh, me posting any pass in a no this cow long. What I say? Sanity. Uba reward no ma. Your dog be brave. Uko be a true a fake crime, your dog. Mr. Media, me who America. Me name the old three.
Well, so this response has really given Black Sherif so much accolades and applause from the industry. So many people are happy about how he responded to the question. And I'm asking, yes, was the response that wow, according to my panel members' opinions and views? And again, why they think people are so impressed? They were expecting him to say what? To goof or what? Yes. Kobe. Oh, Mike, I am going to we are closing, so quick.
Brass, I mean, and I am a presiding elder.
Okay.
Birthday in Timpacho, my motion.
Okay.
Elder, presiding elder, Simon Bobento.
Me who said fellow industry person.
And your father, okay.
Me Falconia, we now watch me presiding. Happy birthday. I'm a man and quite in check. Me call my assem so brass. Me call me assem so brass. I think say Blacko is very careful about what to say because on say Sisiano, if you are not careful with your conversations, the same things now will become and over the years I've seen the guy say we're mature from how he interacts. He's very careful the kind of things that he say and put across. And everybody was expecting say Uncle Baba be cancer or no ni featuring na why the honest sack or aya countryside and
so that's what they were expecting.
So it was everybody.
So he would admit that I made the album.
On the one into all the expectations they said a black and a album. Even after the release of the album, the Jams album, there was a whole talkability. People are saying, say, had it not been Black Hole, the album would have been beans. So, or person or TF the horses old man say, I'm passing one our album, I album. So, no, to me, I solve it that a whole issues never say people expectations. So, I'm passing Black Hole, my album, I album. But was the whole thing. Until also a video now, one said, you baby, I said the people themselves, I said, Mohawk wants to be, I said, is the guy speaking well to us or is trying to fake or what? I don't know, I'm at the whole scene, no. I bet something which is there. Because, Sisiano, so call interview. Nabra Sammy, if you don't take care and respond to the questions to what it's expected to go, the angles very well. I'm out for better than no. The way they go trace your questions or your answers. So I'm sure, say, because of that, and he's young in the industry. Aside winning this artist of the year, it will come with the whole pressure, the whole talkabilities. People will love you, people will hate you. The fanful love will be plenty. So if you don't play your games very well, I mean, strategize your things very well. The same people that will be hailing you, they will based on one thing, one quotation or one statement to bring the whole career down. So I think that was a very good response from him. Personally, they were responding to Yemede. The past said he didn't twist everything to make the whole thing another controversies about him. So that was a brilliant response from me.
Bro, let's go.
According to Nyansa, that's how I see one color better car or Namano didn't start pointy. And this is that
Namano car numbers.
Car
be a traumatic JR124V. Sarkodie.
That's how I mean. This is a hallmark of a great person. You know, the reason why some of us are happy about the response that came, you know, this particular question is very tricky. You don't take care, you fall flat, broom. And it might not be your fault. some of us are also hailing Blacko because we've seen responses of these, like we've seen people answer questions of this nature and how or where it's landed them.
And how they were all over the place.
Of course.
Not knowing what to say.
Of course. So, in fact, when you even look at the response that he gave, it is apt, like on point. Because the truth of the matter is, everybody will go through what he's going through. But it will just take a few people to actually realize what is going on with them. You see, Sarkodie has been through this phase before. Shatawale has been through this phase before. Same as Black Sherif will also go through this phase. And if today, out of the fact, we know some of these hailings or some of these achievements come with some certain level of ego, certain level of pride, certain level of hailings. And if you don't take care and you let some of these things get into your head, you might end up, you may not mean harm, but in your quest to answer such questions, you might disrespect other people. And if you don't take care, when the tables turn and it gets to you, it gets to your turn for somebody to respond the same question with you in it, the person might not even open his or her mouth. They will bring your response to come and answer it for you. And at that moment, you will not like it. You see, some time back, we made the statement on this platform that you see the crying. We ask yourself, so who is actually getting the support in this industry? Because it looks as if the upcoming artists are crying, the established ones are crying for support, even the old ones are crying for support. So we ask ourselves, who actually has the support in this industry? And this is another aspect of some of these conversations. It is about who is saving who at what time. If you don't know how to answer it properly, and the answer in which people were saying, oh, he's the one who saved Sarkodie's album. Had it not been Sarkodie's album wouldn't have been able to win anything or whatever. Me, the answer that got me was he saying, I have been in this industry for 4 years. Subtract my 4 years from Sarkodie's career, and even the one that will be left, just check what Sarkodie has achieved in those years, and just take mine out and see if Sarkodie wouldn't still be Sarkodie. If he wouldn't be, then you can clearly, or I will agree with you that I saved him or whatever. Even that one self, to Blacko, he saved himself. And technically, that was true, because on the night, it is out of the fact that his work was able to earn some people nominations, which is even got him that endorsement for him to be the ultimate person on the night. So yes, you might think he's saving people, but he's saving himself. My late dad gave me this advice some time back, that sometimes when people are advising you, it is not because they actually care about you or they want to save you, but technically they want to save themselves some peace and trouble. Because so sometimes they advise you or they try to save you so they can also save themselves. And that is what Black Sherif did. So with the response there, Rasame, the level, his age, where he's gotten to, the type of things he has achieved, and the response that he gave there, salute.
Okay, Chamo will speak and we are done for the day.
I think he gave a very, very good answer. And the thing is, even this question is not a fair question to ask somebody like Black Sherif. It shouldn't be a question going for him. So the first thing that they got it wrong was asking him such a question. It was a trap, like
that's what
yes, a huge trap. So it's either you fall in or you
fall
jump.
out.
Yes, you jump somewhere, and lucky for him, he was thinking right, so he jumped. The trap couldn't catch him. Come on, who will be a loser in their own court? It won't happen. But at this level of his career, he can't compare himself to Sarkodie. So why would you even go ahead and ask him such a question? When you can judge for yourself, when you have an answer already. It was just a big, huge setup. But I think he did well. He answered the question so right. I mean, you can't get anything better than the way he said it. I mean, that's the best way to give an answer like that. I mean, the thing is, he's a musician. And at the time that he was doing that song, or even asking Sarkodie to be on that song, he wasn't thinking about saving Sarkodie's album. He was just thinking about himself as a musician and having the privilege to work with a huge musician like Sarkodie. That was his thinking at that time. And he did his job. Lucky for him, the work is going so far. Then now you want to turn it as if Sarkodie went to beg him to be on that song. That's not a fair question to ask him. So kudos to him for answering the question right, because this was a huge trap, but he didn't fall for it, and
he fell out of it.
Yeah. It's good that he was able to answer it right, and he should be now thinking in that direction. There are certain questions that if you don't take care, it can land you in trouble. Just for that reason, and there's no need for such questions, because I'm asking myself, if he said yes, and so what? But at this time, can hear at some for
yes.
So like if he said yes, and can wash a different case, and can be a different thing altogether. Meanwhile, all of you, those who are asking that question, you can judge it for yourself. That's my point.
You know the answer.
You know the answer, so why are you going to ask him for what?
They know the answer to be what?
Based on what is happening. I mean, judge it for yourself.
Because you see the answer that he gave. If he had said anything contrary to what they know,
no,
they would have brought a counter question to it.
Like, you have an answer in your head.
So Chebo, you want to say the obvious answer is that it is, the observation is what it is.
No, their observation is based on what they feel. And you know, feel, and they think that is it. And can you say a question? Is it only Black Sherif on Sarkodie's album? Why I do not mention other people? So it means you have concluded, you have some answer. What could you do? Who the Bible train say Anoma Beni? Meanwhile, one out to 2 Anoma, so you know Anoma Crow already. You know the bed I want to know, and I will never train is Anoma Beni. So my advice is to Black Sherif. Some of these questions will come his way, and he should be very careful the way he will answer them, because it's a trap that may land him in trouble. But kudos to him for answering this question so right. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Ntindo Solomon, Chemo, Roland Amate, Kobe, Josvan, and also to you for spending your quality time with us here on Sammy Flex TV. We really appreciate your time. Remember that Sunday, the Sammy Flex and subscribers show, the Sunday evening show will be coming your way every Sunday. No matter where we are, we pray for good health, good internet, and we will be doing this show. Just manage your time. So 7 to 9 p.m. you can also join us. Come live on the show. We give you a link that you can just tap on, and you are invited to the show. Within some 5 minutes, the issues on board that you want to talk about, you also address it the way you want to address it. On this note, I also say special thanks to Digital Rasta, call him Currency, who is on camera. Richie Flex is the editor-director of our platform. And to you for subscribing to us. If you've not subscribed to us, please do, because here we do showbiz and more. My name is Sammy Flex. See you in our videos. We're out of here.